600 WMT gets your motor started and revs up your engine every Saturday morning at 10 on the My Car Geek Hour, brought to you by Cassill Motors.
All right, 600 WMT current temperature here at Broadcast Park is 56 degrees, and normally it is the Cassill Motors Car Geek Hour, but due to a scheduling conflict, Jay, we get you for 2 hours this morning.
That's right. We're going to be here for 2 hours.
2 hours. You know what? I'm excited about it.
Oh, so am I. When I got the call and they said, "Hey, you want to go an extra hour?" It was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm in on this."
Yeah.
So.
Yep. My boss had called me last night and said, we got a little bit of conflict. The guy canceled for the home improvement show. So he goes, we may go to 11, but I'll give you a call back. And it wasn't 5 minutes. He said, hey, we're going to go 2 hours of the car show. I said, you know what? That's fine with me.
There we go. We get to know each other now.
Yeah. We'll get 2 hours here to get to know each other. Yeah, normally you hear Jim Doyne, but Jim is taking a much-deserved break.
Yes, he is. You know, he works so hard and does so much for the station around here and everything.
Yeah.
And he wanted to have his Saturday mornings off, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. He works, like you said, he works hard during the rest of the week. He's got his show, Musical Memories, on Sunday afternoons on our sister station, KMJM, and he also has other shows that he does during the week. So we appreciate all the work that he does. But, yes, he is taking much-deserved breaks. So you get me for 2 more hours. Michael Year's here with you. We got Jay Cassill. He's here this morning. We got him from 10 to noon this morning. So give us a call here at 365-0600, 1-800-332-5401, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. That is our hero line if you have a question for him. So last weekend I heard you were gone. We had somebody from the Collision Center filling in.
Yeah, last week Lowell was here from our Collision Center, and he had a good time with it, and we listened to it when I was running.
Yeah, so. You called in while you were doing a half marathon out there in Vegas, weren't you?
I was doing a half marathon, and I lived. You know, there was I thought my little sister took me there to kill me off, but I made it through the half marathon. And
you showed her.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
that is a lot. So it was your first half marathon?
It was my first half marathon.
So all right, yeah. So that's exciting. Do you plan on doing any more at all, or?
Oh, you never know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it could be fun. I've done a few of those myself. I'm going to be doing a marathon in October coming up here in the Twin Cities. But, yeah, they are a lot of fun, you know, and I don't do it to be competitive. I do it for just the fun of it. You know, you listen to the crowd and get into it. What was was it the rock and roll half marathon they had out there? What was the name of it?
No, it was the 50th anniversary of the Mustang.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm being the car geek that I am, and I love my Mustangs, and so is my little sister, so we went out for the 50th anniversary of the Ford Mustang.
All right.
So we had a big car show there. We got to see lots of cool Mustangs, and got to run a half marathon around the Speedway.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, there at the Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yep, ran around the Speedway and down the drag strip and all around. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun. Yeah, big full weekend with that.
Yep.
So, you know, lots of stuff that we could talk about today. I didn't know if you had anything in particular that you wanted to start with.
Well, yeah. You know, I was getting ready to leave here today. And Martha and Chad are in the service department today. Mm-hmm. And I said, what are we doing today? And they said, hey, you know what? Since Danny is gone, the service manager, he's not there on Saturday, they said, you know what? We're going to just give $5 off all oil changes today.
All right.
So go in today, get an oil change at the service department, and Martha and Chad, they're going to take $5 off.
All right, and where is that located at?
That's at the corner of 16th Avenue and Williams Boulevard, right there with the sales force there, right next to Tyson's. Okay. So we're right there, 8 to 5 for service. So
do they need a appointment or anything like that,
no,
or
just drive in?
All right.
Yep, they'll get you taken care of.
What about a phone number they can reach you if they have to?
396-2698, and the beautiful Shelly will get you right through to wherever you want to go.
All right, so $5 off an oil change. That's a good deal.
$5 off oil change all day today.
That's a good deal. So. Something maybe you've been neglecting to do out there, get your oil changed in your car. So get out there and get that taken care of. Be a nice day.
Oil change, and they do an inspection when they do the oil change too, to help to tell you any extra service that you might need.
Yeah, preventative maintenance is always important for the vehicle.
That's right.
All right. So, yeah, get out there and get your oil changed if that's something that you know it's coming up and you really don't feel like doing it yourself. You know, get out there and let folks at Cassill Motors take care of it for you. So
there you go.
That'll be good.
So the other thing we got, you know, today, you know what day it is?
April 26th.
Oh, come on. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. That is true.
You know what that means?
You know what? I'm at a loss.
Oh, man.
I probably should know. I feel like I should know it the way you're talking to me.
Yeah, you should know. It's Super Saturday.
Super Saturday?
Super Saturday. Yeah.
Super Saturday.
Yeah.
Right.
Greg's got everything all set up with the salesman today. They got the balloons all out. The displays are all set. The salesmen are all ready to go, and it's Super Saturday.
Super Saturday.
Yeah.
I got to pay more attention.
You got to pay more attention
I
to this.
do.
Come on. Super Saturday at Cassill Motors. So
all kinds of deals going on.
There's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of fun stuff out there. I pulled in this morning, and we keep like a selection of Chevy Impalas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's nothing really exciting about a Chevy Impala. It's just a good, wholesome, reliable, fun, or nice car to drive, back and forth to work type deal.
It's a good A to B car for you.
Yeah. And I pull in this morning to the shop, and it's like, wow. Spencer and his boys, they were out there. They've been playing with a lot and moving stuff around. And it's like, I just pulled in, and it's like, wow, those Impalas are cool looking. I got some cool Impalas. Just the display they had with them is like, wow, it made the Impala super exciting.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I'm ready to buy an Impala. These things are neat. The way they got everything all set up, it's just really cool.
Yeah, they're already a reliable car, but then you get the setup going, and it's like, it's eye-catching. You want it. And it's like, I'm going to stop. I'm going to look at these and see what we got going on. I mean, I've never owned an Impala personally, but I've had a family member who's owned them, and they're great cars. My younger brother has one right now. He's got an Impala SS that he drives.
There you go.
The thing is reliable. It has got over 220,000 miles on it, and it still runs, like it just came off the lot.
There you go.
So
cool. Well, don't forget to call in here, 365-0600. 395-0896.
Yep.
395-0905.
Yep. So if you dial the 365-0600, that'll get you all three of those lines.
Oh, okay.
You can dial in at 800-332-5401, or if you got a U.S. cellular phone, just star 600. That is our hero line for the studio. Call in because, Jay and I can sit here and talk all morning. That's no big deal. But, that's not why, I'm here, and Jay's here to help you out. He wants to talk to you guys out there.
There
so
you go.
Give us a call, and, any questions for him, he's going to do what he can to help you out.
There you go. So we like to have a lot of fun with that. I talk about we'll take a test drive with you anytime you want. I got to get you up to speed on all this, don't I?
Yeah, you do. It's a learning process for me too today. But
there you go.
But that's great. It's great because we got 2 hours. So hopefully by the end of the 2 hours, I'll have most of what I need to know.
There you go.
Nope,
we have a lot of fun with it. I love my cars. That's all I do. So it's a lot of fun, and working at Cassill Motors is a blast. So, in fact, we got another deal that's coming up here too.
Yeah.
That my sister's got planned.
All right.
I gotta find my notes here. The Lynn County Safe Kids Coalition.
All right.
They will be at the dealership on Monday, April 24th.
24th, that would be this past Monday?
Yeah, no. It's this Monday.
This coming Monday, so it'll be the 28th.
Yeah, the 28th. I'm trying to see what times that is again. I think it's from 3 to 5. Oh, from 4 to 7. From 4 to 7 this Monday. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they're there and they're checking your car seat to make sure that your car seat fits perfect, and make sure that your children are safe in the car. Make sure there's certain different ways of hooking up the seat belts and making sure their car seat is right for their size, and everything of that sort. So they're doing free checks. We have a deal set up right at the front of the dealership there. So Monday 4 to 7, and they can take care of it. All
right, yeah, and that's always good for the new families. My brother and his wife just had a baby a few months ago, and that was one thing they talked about, getting the car seat checked. So it's like if you don't know that did I do it right or not do it right? Perfect opportunity to get out there.
Yeah, you just pull up, and we got an area set up there Monday from 4 to 7. They're gonna check it, and they're gonna make sure that you know how to properly put in the car seat, and we got to protect our kids.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We don't want something happening to them.
Yeah, I don't have any kids of my own yet, but I got a little niece that I just love to death, and it's like, it's always, is she in the car seat? Is she strapped in right? So, yeah, get out there Monday from 4 to 7, you said?
Monday from 4 to 7.
4 to 7, get out there. They'll help you out for free.
For free.
Get you checked out. Let the folks at Cassill Motors help you out. We got our first call this morning, though. We got Rich in Cedar Rapids this morning. Good morning, Rich.
Hi there. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm just fine. How are you?
I am absolutely awesome.
Hey, the reason for my phone call, and I missed it on Buy, Sell, and Trade, but I'm looking for a 1953 Chevrolet
in
good condition.
Okay.
I've had my eye on one for a while, for about a year, and the guy just doesn't want to budge on it.
Yeah. Now you're looking for a
so
53 Chevy car or truck?
Car.
Car, okay.
And it can be a Bel Air or a 210 or even a 150, preferably a 210 or a Bel Air.
Okay.
But something that's in good condition. I don't want one with the carburetor sticking out of the hood, or the dual exhaust, or the 12-volt system, or
Right.
the
You're just looking for original type one.
transmission. An original, yeah.
Cool. Well, we can definitely help you out with that. There, we do a lot of searching for cars. So,
Do you? Okay.
yeah. What I'm gonna probably do here is we're gonna get you off the air, and I'll get your phone number, and
Okay.
I'll give you a call when I get back to the shop, and we'll start looking for you. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, Rich, we'll go ahead and put you on hold. And Chrissy, if you heard that, if you wouldn't mind getting Rich's phone number for Jay here. All right, thank you. So we'll put him back on hold there. And there
Man,
goes.
you're tearing up this machine.
I
this
know,
morning.
I am breaking this. I've
Yeah.
been doing it all morning.
You got
All these buttons are
you got
coming
buttons
off.
flying everywhere.
Oh, man. All right,
Cool.
well, looks like we got a special caller next. We got your sister, Stephanie, on the line here this
Really?
morning. So let's go ahead and talk to her. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to call and mention with that car seat thing,
Yes.
they are specifically going to be checking kids that are booster seat age,
Okay.
which is a really unique thing. It's older kids. I mean, if you've got younger kids, certainly they're going to check your car seat too. But it's kind of neat as a mom they'll give advice with the older seat kids when they're ready to go to the new seat or not.
Cool. That means I'll have to bring
So-
I'll have to bring Jeremy in and make sure he's in the proper booster seat, huh?
Yeah, you better do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
That was all. I was going to ask a car question, but it sounds like you've got some other callers.
No, you can. If you got a question, go ahead and ask.
Yeah. Ask away.
Okay. All right. Well, my question was actually about cleaning my car.
Yeah.
I have really dirty carpet,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering if you can give me some advice on what I can do, because, it's spring, and it's a beautiful day, and I could do it today.
There you
So
go.
what do I do with it?
Well, the best thing on cleaning carpet is I'll get the carpet cleaning, like your Bissell home carpet extractors. I use that type of cleaner and mix it up with water and scrub the carpet and vacuum it out. Make sure you got to get the carpet wet to get it clean. So that's
Okay, but I don't actually have to use the extractor. I can just scrub it with a scrub brush?
use it with mix it in a bucket and use a scrub brush. That's the best way to do it. And don't be afraid to get the carpet wet. Scrub it up real good. Vacuum it out with a wet vac. And you want to let it dry. You want to get some airflow across it to let it dry.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
All right. Sounds like I have a job today.
there you go.
Thanks. See
All
you
right.
later.
Thanks for the call, Stephanie. And, that kind of gets me to a question about the carpet cleaning, because the most of the interior of my car is pretty clean, but on the driver's side this winter especially, I got a lot of salt on my shoes.
Yep.
So it salt stained my mat under my driver's seat. So what could I do to clean that out?
And same thing.
Same thing?
I just I'll go to Target or Kmart, and like I said, I go into the department there where they have all the carpet cleaners, carpet cleaning machines, and I use that soap. That's the best stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I prefer the Bissell brand, but any of those, there's Resolve, I think, has it, and that just a household carpet shampoo. Mix it in a bucket and scrub it real good, and then vacuum it out real good. And the key to it is the wetter you get it, the more you need to get it dried. Okay, you need to either sometimes they'll let the car run with the heater on. I don't like doing that, but that works. Or I just put the box fan in the door there and blow some air across it for a couple hours and make sure you get it dry.
Yeah. Well, that's good, because it's just an unsightly white little stain right there
Oh yeah,
on the mat.
It'll take care of it, no problem.
All right, good. I'll have to try that then. Today would be a good day to do it, too.
Well, after you go to Cassill Motors and buy a new car.
Yes, after I do that.
Yeah.
But then
yeah.
I won't have to worry about it. You
Well-
guys, when you go to get it ready to resell my old car, then you can clean it for me. I wouldn't have to
There you
worry
go.
about
We
it.
can do that too.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's how I'll solve it. I'll just go to Cassill Motors. I'm going to
Yeah.
buy a new car.
Yep.
All right, 365-0600, 800-332-5401, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. Those are the numbers to get a hold of us. Call in, talk to Jay. Got any car questions? We'll get to more of your phone calls next here on 600 WMT.
600 WMT.
All right, welcome back to the Cassill Motors Car Geek Hour. Michael Ears here with Jay Cassill. 58 degrees here at Broadcast Park, and we had somebody on during the break. Looks like they hung up on it, but that opened up a phone line.
There you go. Call back, and we'll get your call. Sorry to make you guys wait. We have to do our commercial breaks.
We've got our, got to pay the bills around here, so we've got to do those breaks. We appreciate it, if you do hold. So give us a call back, 365-0600, 800-332-5401, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. Tell them how they can get a hold of you, where you guys are located at, and your hours and everything like that, Jay.
We're located at the corner of 16th Avenue and Williams Boulevard, southwest, right next to the great big Tysons. And 396-2698, and the beautiful Shelley will put you through to whoever you want to talk to.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are open till 8 to 5 today, right?
We're open till 5 o'clock today, yep. So Monday through Thursday, we're open till 9 o'clock. So, and service is open till 9 also. Mm-hmm. And then Fridays till 6. Yeah. So.
And I think it's great that you guys have those extended hours during the week, because a lot of people just can't get there, during normal business hours, because they got jobs like everybody else does.
There you go.
So you got those extended hours. You get done at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Stop on out there. They'd be glad to help you out today. I'm learning. It is Super Saturday today.
That's right. Sounds good. Looks like we got a caller. Let's take this call.
Yeah, let's go ahead to John on the Hero line this morning. Good morning, John.
Morning. I appreciate your show.
No problem.
I just got a suggestion. Have you had anything... this isn't against Cassill Motors, but about the salvage yards, some of the valuable parts that they got for people keeping their older cars up.
What about it? Yeah,
Well, I think I walk through there, and it just floors me sometimes, the stuff you see sitting there, aftermarket stuff on cars, tires, even decent stereos. And
oh, yeah.
Because, people out there fix their cars up and maintain them, but unfortunately they get wrecked.
Yep, that's right. So that is a good deal to recycle, and there's a lot of good salvage yards around and we utilize that with some customers on some different stuff when they want to use a used part or whatever. We don't have a problem. I'm good with putting on a used part on certain things. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So.
Well, I appreciate it, and I like your show. So
sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for calling in.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, John. That opens up the Hero line, star 600 on your cellular phone. Let's go ahead to the 600 line. We got Barbara and Marion this morning. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Jay, I have an intermittent problem with my car.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any diagnostics that will work or not, but the dash lights that shows the speedometer and all that thing will go completely out. The rest of the lights in the car stay on.
Okay.
And then they come back on, and I never know when it's going to happen.
Okay. Does your radio dim light go out when that happens or not?
I can't answer that.
Okay. Because there's a couple different things it could be. Does your vehicle have automatic headlights?
Yes.
Okay. One thing, there's two different things that could be happening. If your radio light goes out at the same time as the odometer light goes out, what you're having is your automatic headlights are coming on and going off. Maybe you go into a darker area, so your headlights come on.
Well, I noticed this at night, and I still had headlights.
Okay, so you noticed it at night too. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then your radio is probably not going out. And at that point, what we got is on the back of the printed circuit board, it has a loose connection.
Okay.
Some of those we can take them apart and fix them, and some of them we have to replace the instrument cluster.
Okay, I didn't know there'd be diagnostics or what you could find, because I know when I bring it in, the lights will be on.
Right. Yep. So they'll have to, with what you're telling me, we're gonna have to take the cluster out, and like I say, sometimes we can repair the loose connection. Otherwise, we have to replace it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Barbara. I have that problem with my car from time to time. The
odometer goes out?
Not the odometer, but the lights on the dash will flicker. They'll dim on me.
They'll dim on you?
Yeah, they'll just they'll just flicker briefly, and then it goes back to normal, and then it might not happen for, say, a day or two, and then it'll happen again.
Well, with that there, you may have, is it just the dash lights or all the lights?
It's just the dash lights.
Yeah. we got a loose connection somewhere in there. You know, might be in the printed circuit board, might be a ground wire in the going under the dash type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Yep. We got a loose connection or a bad connection there.
Yeah, with a car with as many miles as mine has too, though, I kind of expect things like that eventually will start happening.
There you go.
108,000 miles on it, so
it's just broken.
Yeah.
So cool. We got another call here.
Yeah, we do. We got Lou in Cedar Rapids this morning. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning. Say, Jay, just wondering.
Yeah.
Jay. Say, I was wondering, when should you use synthetic oil or synthetic blend or whatever in your car? I'm just kind of curious about that, and I'll hang up and listen to your comments.
Okay. Well, you don't. What kind of car do you have, Lou?
It's an '08 Edge.
Okay.
Ford Edge.
Okay. That's gonna have a semi-synthetic in it anyway.
Okay.
I think that takes a 520 weight oil.
Correct.
And you know, it's how many miles do you have on your car?
It's about 67,000.
Okay. Anytime you can switch to full synthetic anytime you want to.
Okay.
I don't like to see a switch back and forth. As far as if you're gonna make the commitment to run synthetic, then I'd like to see you stay with synthetic.
Okay.
And you know, you can do it at any time. I mean, there's a lot of new cars now that are coming with synthetic in them, full synthetic.
Okay.
So putting in synthetic is not a bad deal. It will help on the lubricating, especially that there having the overhead cams. It's a good idea. So
Okay. Appreciate your help.
No problem.
Right. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Right.
Now the other thing I'll add with that on the synthetic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will want to run synthetic oil because they can run longer on oil changes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not real big on going a long time on oil change, even with synthetic. You know, if I'm going to do a synthetic, my normal oils I'll run, depending on your driving, anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 miles. With synthetic, I'm going to say 5,000 to 7,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to keep that oil in too long.
Yep.
You know, that's filtering is a big the weakest part in the whole deal, and you keep it in too long, that the filter, I mean, it starts losing its filtering ability.
Yeah.
So.
Now, staying with filters there, how often do you recommend getting that changed when you do the oil?
Well, the oil filter gets changed every time you do the oil.
Every time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I just had my oil change and I changed out the filter and that too. Now, when it comes to like high mileage cars, do you recommend putting the high mileage oil in it, or does it really matter?
I'm not a big person on that. You know, I'm real big on running what the car is recommended to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to go to the synthetic, that's a good thing. You know, there's some performance advantages to it. There's a few other advantages to it besides performance, but normal oil is just fine.
Okay.
So it just depends on what you want to do.
Yeah. Personal preference, I guess.
That's right.
If you want to,
but just make sure you're changing it. Yeah,
you
make sure you change the oil. That's the big thing. We want to keep that oil change. And you know, today, if you're getting close, if you need an oil change, today's a great day because Martha and Chad got $5 off all oil changes today.
That's right. Plus, they're going to do the inspection.
Yep. Plus, they do an inspection for you. Yep. So
help you out there.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome.
So there we go. We got the oil changes. It's perfect reason to get in there and get things changed and ready to go.
There you go.
So 365-0600, 1-800-332-5401, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. Those are the ways to get a hold of Jay here. We got the Cassill Motor Car Geek Hour. It is going to be for 2 hours this morning, a little bit of a scheduling change.
But don't wait till the end of the
last
show.
You know what? Call now because, you know, you might be thinking, oh, I'll just wait. You know, everybody might be thinking that same thing. So Jay's here to help you out any way that he can. Cassill Motors, they're on 2939 16th Avenue Southwest here in Cedar Rapids. They're open 8 to 5 this afternoon, 319-396-2698. We'll get to some more of your phone calls here next on 600 WMT. 58 degrees here at Broadcast Park. Michael Uris here. It's the Cassill Motor Car Geek Hour with Jay Cassill. And we were talking during the break, we were talking about oil changes and then the car care class that you guys offer.
Yep, we got free car care awareness class the last Thursday of every month. So kind of a fun deal. So. Yep. But looks like we got some callers.
Yeah,
let's get some callers.
Yeah,
here.
Let's get to some phone calls here. Let's go to the Hero line. We got Joe and Donahue this morning. Good morning, Joe.
Yes.
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. I was got a question. I've got a '97 Chevrolet half-ton pickup with a 350 engine in it.
Okay.
And it runs good, but all of a sudden I having trouble starting it.
Okay.
Seems like if I turn the key off and on a few times, then sometimes it'll start, and it's just gradually getting worse.
Okay.
And I don't know if I got ignition problems or gas problems or what.
Well, you're going down the right road here. I would say you probably have a fuel issue. And the one way you can tell is it starts hard every time for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I say, I've used a snowplow on it, but anyway, it was working good until just recently, and all of a sudden it started this, and
yep.
It just has continually gotten worse, where I can't hardly get it started now.
What you need to do, you go out and turn the key on till the red lights come on, and then shut the key off. Do that 5 times. And tell me how, and then see how it starts. If it pops right off, then we have a fuel issue.
Okay.
When's the last time you put a fuel filter in it?
Actually, I haven't. So,
okay.
But I did buy it used. So,
okay. I would be looking. That'd be one thing I would try that, cycling the key, and if it starts right up, then I would be looking at my fuel. I'd be putting a fuel filter on it first.
Yeah,
I'll bet you that's plugged up. Or you could have a fuel pressure regulator that's going bad, or a fuel pump. So we need to.
Well, I figure once it's started, it runs good, and you can floor it, and it don't hesitate. And that's why I kind of didn't think it was a fuel filter. But
yep, yeah. If you go out and you cycle the key 4 to 5 times, and it should pop right off then.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds
very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
awesome.
for the call, Joe. All right, thanks for the call, Joe, this morning. Let's go to Diana now on the 600 line. Good morning, Diana.
Good morning.
Good morning. You drive careful for me now, okay?
Okay. I am driving my 2010 Chrysler Town & Country minivan that I bought at Cassill Motors last fall. Loving it, but I've noticed a different sound coming from the engine when I'm driving it. Naturally, my husband can't hear any difference.
Great. Well, how come you haven't stopped down to see me then?
I think I probably will.
Yeah.
Because I can hear it, and the RPMs aren't doing anything different, but it sounds like the RPMs should be.
Okay. Huh.
So I don't know.
That's kind of weird. It's we've had some water pump issues. I wonder if we're getting a little bit of a growl from a water pump there.
I don't know. Okay, I will stop by then maybe one day this week.
Yeah, you stop by and I'll take a look at it and I'll tell you what it is.
All right.
Okay, I love it.
Good.
I really do. So I feel like family whenever I come in. So
there you
thank
go.
you very much.
Are you heading to Iowa City today?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool.
Spring football game.
Spring football game. There you go.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks, Diana.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Another perfectly satisfied customer. That's always good to hear.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story about that in a little while.
All right.
She's a sweetheart.
All right, let's go now to our 800 line. Linda in Kelowna has a question for us. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning. I have a question. When you change the oil, when you pour it in and do it to the time it comes out, how long should that take?
Well, it depends on what they're doing. If they're just doing a quick oil change, you can go to a lot of places and probably get in 30 to 45 minutes, be in and out. Ours will take just a little bit longer, but we do an inspection for you so that brake condition. We check, make sure that you don't have tie rod ends that are getting ready to break. We just give your car a pretty good, thorough check over. You get a sheet when you're done that tells you the condition of everything. And that'll take, that'll take an hour. Maybe, right in that area. Depends on how booked up they are. So.
I had somebody tell me that they had their oil changed at a place, and they watched from the time it went in to it come out 9 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
And I said, I don't think that's possible that could have drained out good enough and changed.
And
that really blows my mind.
Right. I agree with you on that. A 9-minute oil change, I just don't see why. Did they really?
I just want somebody to confirm what I thought when I told her, because That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not doing you any justice. It's not doing your car any justice. Like you said, it's not getting all the old oil out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to let that oil drain just a little bit. So
Thank you.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling.
Thanks, Linda. All right, so that frees up the 800 line, 1-800-332-5401, 365-0600, or star 600 on a U.S. cellular phone. Let's get to another phone call. We got Leona in Cedar Rapids this morning. Good morning, Leona.
Good morning. I had an unusual situation yesterday.
Uh-oh.
My car was driving wonderfully.
Okay.
And then when I went to get in, I couldn't move the gear shift. I had to turn the key on. It didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I was about to call a tow truck.
Yeah.
And then some gentleman came along, and when the door was open, and he said, well, try putting it in reverse, it went in.
Yeah.
So then I drove it again, and the next stop was the very same thing. So I'm wondering, luckily, I was close to a service department.
Right.
And they came out and checked things and couldn't find anything wrong. Then it started again. But he took it in, looked it over, couldn't find anything, but he did say possibly the security system was causing this.
Okay. What kind of car are you driving, Leona?
99 Lumina.
Okay.
Or a 90 Lumina, excuse me.
Okay, a 90 Lumina. And when you went out and tried to start it and it wouldn't start?
No, wouldn't change gears or nothing.
Okay, but
didn't make a sound.
The key would turn, but it just didn't. It wouldn't.
That's right. Right.
And did any of the red lights come on the dash?
No.
Okay, so it's just like there was no power at all.
Nothing.
Okay, there's a couple different things to check on that. How many keys do you have on your key ring?
I have probably 6.
Okay. GM has had a problem with their ignition switch, and that is one of the cars that they have some problems with. And what you're finding with what happens is you put too many keys on that key ring, and it wears out the ignition switch. And that's why you probably, if you wiggle it a little bit, usually you can get them to go. But that's one of the problems we have with them. The other issue we have is on a 90 Lumina, we need to look at the battery cable. The positive, some of those had on the positive cable, they had 2 cables that went to the battery, and on the positive side, and there's a little lead slug in between the 2 cables, and it goes bad, and it makes it to where you don't have a connection. If you wanted to stop out to the dealership here, I'll be back there after 12 o'clock. I would take a look at that for free for you and tell you what I think on it. I want to look at those connections, and I'll look at that ignition switch, and I'd be more than happy to take a look at it for you.
After what time?
We're on the radio till 12, so it'd be about 12:30, 12:45. I'll be back to the store.
Well, it'd have to be a little later than that.
Okay, that's fine. I'm there till 5 today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so stop out and see me, and I'll take a look at those wires that I was talking about, and take a look at that ignition switch. Okay? Sounds awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leona. All right, so she's going to come out and see you then.
Yeah, that's what, I love doing this show, but, the thing that I love so much about this is the callers out here. The WMT listeners, they're awesome people.
Yes, they are.
I have so much fun. I get to gain new friends. I had Mike and Mary. They're from Elbron. They were WMT listeners, and they came in and seen me the other day, and I got new friends. I mean, it's awesome. I love my friends. I love everything, and so it's cool. These people, they come out. I'll test drive anybody's car. I'll do like we're going to do here for Leona. I love that. It makes my day. There's so many things out in the world, and so many people taking advantage of people out in the world, and that's why I do this show. That's why we have our car care awareness class. I do it last Thursday of every month. It's a free class. We feed you. We talk about we have different subjects. You can go on our website, castlemotors.com, and see what the next subject's going to be. This last one, we talked about spring cleaning on our car and went through some tips that I have. Everything we do or that I do here is from my years of experience. You don't know me yet.
No, but I'm getting to know you.
But
so
it's, I've done this since I was 8 years old.
Oh.
And my strong part is the mechanic side of it. And I have a lot of opinions, I guess, from my years of doing things. And that's what I do. That's what we talk about. That's what we have fun with. So looks like we got another call.
Yeah, real quick here.
Paul from Ottumwa.
That's right. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I've got a 05 Buick LeSabre.
Yep.
And the fellow I bought it from said that he had changed the battery in it a couple years ago.
Yep.
And the battery's back under the back seat.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And when he changed the battery, he said all the gauges went all haywire on the dash.
Yeah.
And he had to put a new cluster of gauges in that.
Yep.
Everything seems fine now.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if I ever have to change that battery, am I going to have the same problem, or what causes that?
No. I wonder if when he changed the battery, if the first time he might have hooked the cables up backwards, put the battery in backwards, and hooked it up backwards. That's the only time I've really seen something like that from changing a battery. But no, we change batteries all the time, especially on those there, and never have a problem with that.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a problem.
No, there shouldn't be a problem as long as you don't hook up the cables backwards or something or do something weird there. Shouldn't have any problems. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're a dealership there, is that right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. What kind of dealership are you?
We are a used car dealership. We do everything.
Oh, I see. I see. I didn't know we sold new ones or what.
Nope. We sell used ones. So, how long have you lived in Ottumwa?
Oh, pretty much all my life.
Oh yeah, my parents, my mom and dad grew up down around there.
Oh, I see.
Yep, my mom grew up in Eldon. And my dad was over there closer to Bloomfield.
Oh,
so,
I see.
Yeah, actually, my grandpa worked for the Chevy dealer.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Vaughn,
Yep, Vaughn Chevrolet. Yeah.
I'll be
so I got a lot of family down in that area. So.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Jay.
Sounds good. Thanks for calling in, Paul.
All right, thanks for the call this morning, Paul. So we got phone lines open, 365-0600, 1-800-332-5401, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. That's our hero line. We're going to be going until 12 o'clock today. We got 2 hours of the Cassill Motors Car Geek Hour, and we'll get to more of your phone calls and more next here on 600 WMT. 59 degrees at Broadcast Park here in Cedar Rapids, 10:56. I'm here with Michael Ears here with Jay Cassill. We got the Cassill Motor Car Geek Hour coming up at the top of the hour, but we will be here until 12 today.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
We are excited about that. So let's go ahead before the top of the hour, see if we can squeeze in a few phone calls. Let's start with Ryan in Cedar Rapids this morning. Good morning, Ryan.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
We are absolutely awesome.
Great. I got a question here. I have a 2009 Chevy Impala.
Okay.
And noticed it the other day when driving down the road. It's got it feels like it's dragging, like it's a dragging effect, like there might be something hanging up in the braking system.
Okay.
And it kind of pulls off to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking maybe it was my parking brake was engaged a little bit. So
right.
I triggered that and released it, and it seemed to help for a while, but then it ended up coming back. And then I had it sitting in the driveway idling for a while, and then when I went back out to get into it, my anti-lock brake system lights kind of flashed off and on me.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe there's some issue with the braking system.
Yeah, what you want to...
It kind of comes and goes.
Okay. What you want to do when you feel it's kind of dragging, the quick, easy, or first way to tell what we got going on is to pull over safely and go touch. Does it have aluminum wheels or hubcaps?
It's got aluminum.
Okay. I don't want you to touch the rotor. Don't reach in and try to touch the rotor, but just put your hand right close to the wheel, on each wheel, and see if one feels hotter than the other. Okay? If you do have a brake that's dragging, that wheel's going to get warmer. Do you have any, or have you noticed any extra brake dust on one of your wheels over the others?
Actually, I haven't even really checked.
Okay.
So we have like those dust, or those the ones that don't get your rims all dirty.
Okay.
So
So
I don't know if you can tell with those kind of braking pads or not.
Oh, you might still if they were. I mean, if it's dragging, you might see a little bit of brake dust on it.
Oh, okay.
But the best thing, next time it does it, drive it a little bit farther down the road, and then get out and put your hand next to the rim and see if one of them feels hotter than the other. Because you have a rotor that could be hanging up. You could have a brake slide, a caliper slide that's hanging up or something there too. So that could cause that.
All right.
Okay.
That sounds good. I'll check that out. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You bet. We'll see you.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. All right, so we're coming up to the top of the hour, and we've got a couple of people online. We got Bill and Olin and Buzz and Waterloo. If you guys, we're going till 12 today, so we will be continuing the show. So if you just want to hold on.
Hang on just a second.
We've got to take our top of the hour break, do our due diligence, Fox News, weather, everything like that. But we will get to you at the start of the second hour, so just stay on hold with us. We appreciate that. So we'll be back now with the second hour here in a few minutes. It's the Cassill Motor Car Geek Hour with Jay Cassill here on 600 WMT.
.600 WMT gets your motor started and revs up your engine every Saturday morning at 10 on the My Car Geek Hour, brought to you by Cassill Motors.
That's right.
And today it's 11, and we're still here.
Hey, we are. We're still here.
We're still here. We got phone lines. We got some open. We got some that are filled up. We're going to take some calls again here. We're heading into our second hour.
That's
of
right.
My Car Geek Hour.
Everybody was so excited. They go, we need 2 hours of this show.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
It is fun. We've got 2 hours of it. So numbers to get a hold of us are 365-0600, 1-800-332-5401, or star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. We had a couple people call at the top of or bottom of the last hour. So we appreciate them going on hold, so we're going to go ahead and get to them right away.
Let's get to them.
Let's start with Bill and Olin this morning. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine. I really enjoy your show.
Well, we really enjoy you calling in. Makes my day. What
Great.
can I do for you?
I have a 2000 Buick LeSabre.
Okay.
And the temp sensor, the recording of what shows inside the car suddenly is way off. It shows like 134 degrees and something like that at times.
Okay.
And I'm wondering what would cause that.
Well, is it, have we confirmed that it's actually getting up to the proper temperature, the cooling system?
Well, I'm talking about the outside temperature.
Okay, the outside. Okay, so your display that's telling you what the outside temperature is all of a sudden way off. Okay.
Right.
There's a sensor out in the grill that has gone bad, most likely.
All right.
So it's a little plastic coated sensor. Usually it's right behind the grill. They're kind of a weird looking deal. It's usually a 2-wire sensor, and it's bolted to the radiator support somewhere where it's getting the best outside air.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 99% of the time that's what it is. That little sensor went bad. So you can get a new one and plug it in, and away you go.
Sure, that's great. That sounds like an easy fix.
That's an easy fix. You got an easy one for me today.
I appreciate it.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for calling in, Bill.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Right. Thanks, Bill.
We're going to have an awesome day today.
Yes. All right. We have another one on hold. Let's see if we're able to get a hold of him during the break. But let's see if we can get him. Buzz from Waterloo. Are you there, Buzz?
I am.
Awesome,
all right.
Awesome. How's everything in Waterloo today?
Well, we got the sun out, and it looks like pretty good day so far.
There you go. That's what we like to hear. Good deal. What can we do for you?
Well, I've got a 1959 Ford Skyliner retractable hardtop.
Oh, I love you.
Had it new. It's a beautiful car, and got problems with the top, and it's very hard to find anybody that works on those tops anymore.
Yep.
Just wondered if you had any knowledge of anybody that knew how to work on those tops.
We can actually do that. Growing up, believe it or not, the Ford retractable was one of our things that we always had. My dad always had a retractable, And, we dug them out of fields, and, the first thing that happened, there's, I'm trying to remember, is it 10 or 18 solenoids across behind the back seat where all the wiring is?
I think 9.
9, there you go. There's the solenoids all across the back of the seat, and when one of the sensors gets tripped and doesn't work, the whole system goes down. So I've been there and done that. Yeah, we can definitely work on that for you. So I love the retractables. What color is yours?
It's gold and black.
Okay.
Beautiful car.
Yes, they are. They're a very beautiful car. We had 57, had a black 58, and then had a blue and white 59. That was I love those cars.
They are a great car, but they actually have a mechanic that knows that. Most of the guys are too young to even remember them.
Nope. I'm too young to I should be too young, but that I was the smallest one, and I always did the electrical work with my mom and dad, and so I was always the one that had to take the back seat out and figure out which solenoid was bad or which sensor didn't complete its circuit to let the next solenoid activate to go through the system. So I love those cars. But,
well, I'm have to make an appointment, bring it down, and just leave it because I want it.
Okay.
Want it worked over good.
We can definitely do that, and if you need help getting it down, I can arrange that to help you out. Whatever you want to do. So.
Okay, and what's that number again to call, make an appointment?
The phone number at the dealership is 396-2698.
Okay.
And you can talk to service and make sure you tell them that you just talked to Jay on the radio, and they'll get it all set up.
And there actually is a guy. Okay, I didn't want to bring it down if they couldn't.
Nope, we can do that. So that's not a
okay,
problem.
Jay. Well, we'll be seeing you then.
Sounds great. Thank you, Buzz.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Buzz.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
I love those retractables. You don't even know what it is, do you?
No,
sorry. Oh, man, they were awesome. They were, they're a great big two-door. The trunk lid actually opens up backwards electronically. The motor raises the trunk lid, and then the top starts to lift up, and the front of the top folds down underneath to give it room, and then the top goes back and sets into the trunk, and then the trunk lid comes back down.
Man, that would be cool.
So they're a hard top convertible. They are awesome. Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Cool. We got another caller, though.
We do. Let's go 600 line. We got Richard and Marion this morning. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. I have a 2006 Kia Rio.
Perfect.
And it only has 31,000 on it.
Okay.
I put about 3,000 miles a year on it.
Okay.
And when I start the engine, I'll turn the key on. Most of the time it'll go, rrr, 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 and away we go.
Yep.
Some days it'll go, rrr, pray to silence, and then rrr, 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 and then she starts.
Okay.
I put a new battery on it. Maybe for 6 months the problem went away, but then she's back now.
Okay. We need to be looking at connections. Yep. Need to be looking at our battery post connections, starter connections, anything of that sort.
Okay, I can do that.
Yep. And do you start the car quite a bit, even though you don't drive it much?
Once every other day, maybe.
Okay, that's good. You might, when you start it, do you let it run for a little while, or?
Oh, just short trips, probably just 2-3 miles.
Okay. You might look at putting a battery tender on it also to help keep that battery to where it lives longer, too.
Okay.
So, okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, Richard. This is great. Got the phone lines lighting
up
now.
The phones are lighting up.
Yep.
This is awesome.
365-0600, 800-332-5401, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. So let's go Dorothy in Vinton. She's up next. Good morning, Dorothy.
Hello.
Good morning. How's everything in Vinton?
Well, it looks like it's pretty good up here.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
Well, I have an 89 Oldsmobile 88.
Okay.
It's got 102,000 miles. 100,002?
Yep, 102,000 miles. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And lately it's hard to start, and then it stalls. And then we can't get it started. And then eventually it'll start, and then maybe it'll stall right away.
Okay.
Any idea what it could be?
When you say it won't start, it cranks over, but it just doesn't fire?
Yeah, it just, it never fires. It doesn't fire.
Okay.
And once in a while it will.
Okay. We need to. One of the things now, it's hard starting all the time, right?
Most of the time, yeah. I've just started doing this in the last month or so.
Okay. One of the things I would be looking at here is I'd look at my throttle body, make sure the throttle body's clean.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be checking our fuel pressure. We could be low on fuel pressure. Or we could have a fuel pressure regulator that's acting up.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where I would start at on it. I'd look at that throttle body, make sure it looks like it's clean. Clean it up if it's dirty, because that can cause our stalling, and that could cause a little bit of our hard starting. Okay, so that's where I would start out with.
Okay.
Okay. And you can always call the dealership and talk to me during the week or whatever after you've looked at that there, and I can help you out any other ways too.
Yeah, well, my son's looked it over quite a bit, and what was it he said he thought he might need, because he's pretty much, changed the oil and done everything like that.
Yeah, have him call me at the dealership, and we can talk about some other things. I can talk to him and tell him some other things to check out and try.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty good mechanic. So,
perfect. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Sounds good.
It's a nice car, but yeah. Okay, thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you, Dorothy.
Thanks, Dorothy.
Bye.
All right, so real quick, give them that number one more time to give you a call.
396-2698, and the beautiful Shelley will put you through to wherever you want to go.
The Cassill Motors down there, they'll be glad to help you out with any car issues you might be having. Let's go ahead and get to more of your phone calls. We got Debbie in Cedar Rapids this morning. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a Ford Explorer, and yesterday, it never happened before, I got in the car, and the key wouldn't turn. It was just like it was locked up.
Yep.
So I took the gear shift light, it's an automatic, of course, and kind of wiggled that around, and finally then I turned the steering wheel and everything, and it came unlocked. What causes that?
Okay.
What can you do so it doesn't do it again?
Well, what causes that is either when you got out of the car or when you get into the car, you're grabbing hold of the steering wheel. You may not even realize what you're doing, and what it is, it catches against the lock. What you did, when you normally shut off your ignition switch, your steering wheel has a little bit of movement. But if somebody was trying to steal your car and grabbed hold of the steering wheel to turn it, it goes in, it locks into a position so they can't turn it. And what happens then is when you go to put the key in, it's bound up against that lock. The ignition switch actually unlocks the steering wheel. And so what you have to do if you get into it, and we see people that'll either when they're getting out, they grab a hold of the steering wheel, or when they're like getting in, they'll pull themselves into the car and they turn that steering wheel just a little bit to where it locks. So what you have to do is figure out which way you'll grab a hold of that steering wheel, and it's going to turn one way just a little bit, and then the other way it's going to be tight. And what you do is you turn that steering wheel just a little bit, and then turn the key at the same time, and it'll unlock it. It's getting bound against that lock. You just got to be careful when you're either getting in or getting out. You're moving that steering wheel to where it's going into the lock position. So.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yep.
Okay, I turned the steering wheel. I guess I didn't realize the little bit, when it turned. Anyway, it came unlocked, but at first I didn't know what was going on. I thought, oh dear.
That is such a common problem. I get calls all the time. I'll probably get 2 or 3 calls a month at the dealership. They call me up and they're like, "Hey, my car, I can't turn the key. It won't start. It won't." And we go through that, and they're like, "Oh, wow." So that's
very simple fix. Well, thank you very much.
No
I
problem.
appreciate it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye, Debbie. All right. Yeah, simple little quick fix at the lock. You lock
That's
the steering
right.
wheel.
You just lock the steering wheel. Let's get to Tom in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
we lost him
earlier.
earlier.
He called earlier. Let's get him. Tom, you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
Right.
Sorry we missed your call earlier.
No problem. I had to hang up. But anyway, my question is how you feel about undercoating, like Z-Tech, Z-Bart, and the other one is I'd like to know what you think about having a diesel in our kind of climate.
Okay. Undercoating is a nice thing. It's, the cars today are built with a lot better metal, but we also have all this brine that's horrible on our cars. Undercoating helps to make it a little bit quieter and does help do some protection. We still need to keep our cars clean. The undercoating's great, but you do need to keep your car clean. That's part of keeping it so it doesn't rust also, making sure that we're washing behind all the panels we can, and just doing our best at keeping the vehicle clean. So, but yes, I do like undercoating. Diesels in this climate, not an issue. I don't have a problem with diesel in this climate. I do have an issue with a person driving a diesel that's driving 5 miles or 10 miles to work and shutting it off. That is so hard on them. If you're using a diesel to run up and down the road, that's a great thing. If you're doing short hauls, running cattle or a trailer 30 miles type of deal, you're spending a lot of money for something that you don't need. So does that help you with your questions?
Yes, it does. But back to the undercoating,
yeah.
Is it worth what is it, like $600, $700, $800?
Well, if you
have your
$700 or $800, what you're paying for there, or what you should be paying for, is you're getting the rust-proof and undercoat, and usually you're getting a fabric protection and a paint protection. You're getting the full package if you're paying $700 or $800. And yes, that is I definitely like the fabric protection. The paint protection, the way the vehicles are today, is a good thing on it too. So that's not a big deal. If you're just doing undercoating, it should be a couple $100 type deal.
Sounds good, sir.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Tom. All right. Let's go to Jeff on the Hero line now. Jeff, you there?
Jeff on the road. Drive safe.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great. Drive safe for me, please.
I will do that. I'll make this quick.
Okay.
Hey, Jay, I was just curious to know about what's your opinion about these fuel injector cleaner, carburetor cleaner additives you can put in your fuel to clean out your system. I just want to get your opinion of those real quick.
Well, to just put something in your fuel tank to clean, I'm not a big person on. Okay. Our fuels today have enough additives in them. I am big on injector flush. Depending on how many miles you put on a year, at least once a year, to do a full injector flush. We use BG products out in our shop, and we have a complete flushing system that we do on it. That actually, when we flush your injectors, it gives you a warranty on your fuel injection system too. But what it's doing is it's running a full concentrate through just the injectors, and it's doing a very thorough job of cleaning the injectors. Just putting injector cleaner in and running it through, you're not getting the full effect of it. It's it's kind of a waste, I think. So.
Okay, that's good to know, because I just bought some and I was just kind of curious about that since you guys are on. And I got an older Explorer. It's got quite a few miles on it, but it's been starting kind of rough here lately. Not because of the battery, just that it'll turn over for a minute and then stop and then go on again. And I got to the point, well, maybe it's injectors, maybe plugs, maybe stuff like that should be updated.
That there's probably more plugs than it would be injectors.
Okay.
The one thing you can tell, just like we were talking earlier with these other people, you want to be looking at fuel filter too. But one way you can tell if you're having a fuel issue on starting, if it's starting hard every time, just go out, turn on the key to where the red lights come on, and then shut it off, turn it back on, shut it off. Do that 4 to 5 times, and then hit the key and see if it pops right off. If it cranks a lot all the time, and then you go out and you do that, that's telling me we have a fuel delivery problem. We either have a fuel filter that's plugged up, we could have a fuel pressure regulator that's bleeding off, or we have a fuel pump issue.
Okay.
So,
All right. We'll give it a try.
Sounds awesome.
Thanks for your help, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Jeff.
Bye.
All right, so that opens up the Hero line, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone, 365-0600, 800-332-5401. Phone lines are open. Go ahead and give Jay a call here. Got questions for him. We'll get to more of those and much more than that next here on 600 WMT.
600 WMT.
Oh, that's the wrong music to come in. We're supposed to have Beach Boys.
I'll see if I can find some.
Yeah, we got lots of.
We'll find some. We should find some car-themed bumps.
There you go. I got
for the show.
I'm Beach Boy fan all the way through. I got my one CD. Jim always gives me a hard time. I own one CD, and it's the Beach Boys.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I got to switch it from vehicle to vehicle.
Take it with you.
That's right. I got to take it with me.
All right. We are in the second hour of the Cassill Motors Car Geek. 2 hours, so you can say hours.
Hours.
Scheduling conflict allowed us to have 2 fun-filled hours here.
Isn't that awesome?
It is.
I get it. You know, that the part that's so fun is the listeners out here. I love the listeners. I mean, I just got to say thank you to everybody in WMT land. You know, you guys, these listeners are so awesome out here, Mike. It's great. They make me feel so good every day. You know, every time I get it done with the show, I feel so good. I'm able to help somebody out, and they test my knowledge. They get my brain going. You know, I'm gonna be wound today after having 2 hours of this. I'm gonna go back to the shop. The guys, Danny's gonna be glad he's off today because I'm gonna just be bouncing off the ceiling. I'm starting to buzz on this.
Yeah.
This is better than any energy drink you could ever have.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Thank you to all you listeners out here, and keep calling in. I love it. You make my day.
I mean, I love them too. I mean, it's because of them that I love doing what I do, you know, and we encourage them to call in on any show. But, you know, right now we've got the Cassill Motors Car Geek Hour. We want you guys to call in.
There we
you know,
go.
Jay wants to talk to you guys.
That's right. Looks like we got a caller right now.
We do. We've got Tim in Cedar Rapids on the Hero line. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Good morning. How can we help you today?
I have a 2005 GMC Canyon pickup truck that I purchased new.
Perfect.
It's been a terrific truck where everything works great except for one very annoying thing.
Uh-oh.
And that is that, and this, I think it didn't happen the first couple of years, but since then, and this happens, it's hard to predict. It happens a few times a year. I try to start the truck. It'll crank just fine. It won't start.
Okay.
If you turn the ignition off and let it set for 10 minutes, not 9 minutes and 45 seconds, but 10 minutes or longer, it'll start every time.
Okay.
And it's very unpredictable as to when it will do it. And I'm wondering if you have any thoughts about that, experience with that, as to what might be causing that.
Does it seem to do it after you've driven the truck and you shut it off, and then it does it?
Usually.
Okay.
It rarely happens if it's been sitting, you know, like
Right.
overnight or something.
Okay.
Usually it's when you're driving it. Usually it's someplace where you really don't want to sit for 10 minutes, but that's usually what happens, yes.
Okay. It never happens at the bar, so you can go back in and have another drink, huh?
No, never happens there.
Yeah, bummer. That's no fun. We have a sensor that's malfunctioning. When we start looking in there, the first 2 culprits, we have a camshaft and a crankshaft positioning sensor. And what happens is when they get warm, there's a plastic sensor. Heat makes the plastic expand and contract, and it's losing a connection every once in a while. It's going to get worse. The best way is to try to get it to where it does it more often, or figure out how to make it do it type of deal. And take it to the shop so they can plug in their scan tool, and what they'll be able to do is when it won't start, while they're cranking it, it's going to show that it's not getting a signal from one of these sensors.
Okay.
And it's going to be a very fairly simple fix.
Okay.
But I hate to just go throwing, to tell you to go buy a camshaft and a crankshaft position sensor, put them on there. You know, I don't like to be a parts changer, okay? I like to see.
Sure.
I like to know what the problem was.
Okay.
So try to figure out, hey, if I drive it 5 miles and shut it off every time it does this, or it's getting to where it does it every other day type of deal, get it into your shop and let that technician drive it a little bit, and they'll be able to see it when it does it. And make it be able to fix it properly. Then you have a shop that you work with all the time.
Yeah, I do.
Good. Okay, but that's where I would go at first with it. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
No
I appreciate
problem.
The information.
Sounds awesome. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the call this morning, Tim.
We love callers.
We do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The show seems like it flies by, but it's great. We want to get all the calls that we can in here.
Well, I love it because, we can talk about 59 retractables, or we might have a 2013, whatever it is. I love it all.
Yeah,
I've been there and done it, and I love to play with cars. I love to figure out different things, so that's fun. Mm-hmm. So it looks like we got another caller.
We do. We've got Connie down in Iowa City this morning. Good morning, Connie.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I have a 2001 Ford Ranger.
Perfect. That's a nice truck.
Yep. And the sensor light, check engine light is on, and it also has, and it's yellow.
Yep.
I've heard you say if it's yellow, it's okay to drive.
That's right. Uncle Jay's stupid stoplight theory. Yep.
And then it says check fuel cap.
Yep.
And I've checked the fuel cap, and we've even had them plugged it in and turned that off, and it's been off for a little bit, but then it comes back on.
Uh-huh.
So the fuel cap is fine. What could there be a crack in the fuel cap, and that's what's causing it?
Well, you want
come back on?
You want to look. It definitely could be. You want to look. There's a rubber O-ring around the gas cap where it meets the filler neck.
Yep.
To make it seal up, make sure that rubber's not all cracked up. It'll get after a little while it'll get dry rotted and crack. That could be causing the check engine light and the gas cap light to come on. If that all looks good and the gas cap's being put on tight and it's all sealing up good, we need to be looking when they plug in the computer and see what the check engine light is. Most likely, what it's going to tell them is it's got an EVAP code. It's part of the EVAP system, and what we have is somewhere there's a leak, and it's not a fuel leak as far as it's not going to drip fuel on it, but what it's doing is it's letting the vapor out. And what we see on the new fuel systems, they have to actually see a little bit of a vacuum on the fuel tank, and somehow it's not holding a vacuum. It's not letting it suck down to a vacuum, and that's why the check engine light's coming on. That's why it's telling you your gas cap. 99% of the time, it's the gas cap that didn't. I had one the other day. The customer came in and went over and they actually forgot to put their gas cap on that day, and the check engine light came on. So you want to make sure when you put that cap on that it makes that click. I like to hear 3 clicks every time you put the gas cap on.
Well, and I looked up on the owner manual, and it said turn it till you hear 1 click.
Yep.
And so I just did the 1 click. You can do more, but
you can do more.
1.
Yep. I always tell everybody I like to hear 3 clicks. If you have 3 clicks, you're on. It's on. Yep.
So if I get a new gas cap and put it on, I'm still going to have someone do.
They're still going to have to. Yeah, they're still going to have to plug in and fix that there. But don't just go buy a gas cap. You want to look at it. If the seal looks good on it, then that's not your problem. So we need to plug it in, and they put a smoke machine on it, and we'll find the leak. Whoever your mechanic will find the leak for you.
And you guys can do that?
Yeah, we can do that. We'd love to for you.
Okay, great. Okay. Thank you very much.
No
Love
problem.
the show.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks for the call, Connie. All right, so 365-0600, 800-332-5401, star 600 on your U.S. cellular phone. Got to step aside really quick here, but we'll get to your phone calls more. We got Patricia and Mary, and if she wants to hold quick, we'll get to her as soon as we come back here on 600 WMT.
600 WMT.
Very cool.
Oh man, we got to get some better music.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do about getting us some car themed.
We need just the Beach Boys. We got to have some Beach Boys. Jim always plays the Beach Boys. Gets us going.
All right.
Come on.
We'll find us some Beach Boy. I know there's plenty of Beach Boy tunes out there.
There you go.
So
we got a bunch of calls in here.
Yeah, we do. Let's go ahead. We're going to start with Patricia and Marion this morning. Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am fine. I apologize for
no problem.
adding to your list of people.
No, never apologize. I love
You were chattering so much I thought maybe I would fill up your airways.
No, good. We want you to.
Mine is a simple little question.
Great. I love all questions. You're never, ever taking up my time. What can we do for you?
You're familiar with the driving habits of the people of this area.
Oh, yes.
My problem lies with the fact that as you're oozing through an intersection because the light, it's that time of day when there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
And and the light changes, so then you all have to stop.
Yep.
and wait for the... Okay.
Yep.
So I entered the intersection as it turned yellow,
Okay.
and I oozed right through the intersection and was coming out of it as it turned red.
Okay.
And some dear human being was on foot
Yeah.
and ran into the side of my automobile.
Really? Okay.
And was running at such a force that knocked himself down.
Yeah.
And when he picked himself up, he reached up and got a hold of the mirror on the side of my automobile,
Okay.
squeezed and broke the mirror.
Oh, that wasn't very good.
So here I am on the driver's side of my automobile. I have a broken mirror.
Oh, that's no good.
Now, do I need to have the whole compartment taken off? Will it?
They can just change the mirror. They'll probably have to take the inner door panel off to get to it. What kind of car was it? Do you have, Patricia?
It's like me. It's old.
You're not old. What kind?
And disabled.
Okay.
Okay. It's a 1992 Oldsmobile.
Okay.
Classic.
Okay. Cool.
It's elderly.
Okay. Well, we can get a mirror. We can probably find a used mirror that would be a inexpensive way of fixing that, and take care of that. If you were out and about and drove by the dealership, I'd take a look at it and tell you exactly what we're going to have to do. How's that sound?
That sounds fine. And your first name is Jay.
I'm Jay. Yep. So stop on out, and I'll take a look at your car, and I'll tell you what we need to do to fix it.
Because I live on Social Security.
Okay.
Whole roaring $500 a month.
Okay, I can help you out, and we can get you a mirror set up, and no problem. Okay.
That'll fit in my budget.
There we go. That'll fit in your budget for you. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Patricia.
Stop on out. Thanks.
All right. Bye. All right. Let's go now to Don in Cedar Rapids this morning. Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. It's a good day for everybody. You guys sound great.
Thank you. We're having a good day today. You know, the sun's shining. It's awesome.
Well, listen, my problem isn't a real big problem.
Okay.
I've got a 2008 Jeep Commander Overland that we bought at Cassill, and I just love it.
Great.
And I'll tell you, you can just name all the list out there, starting from Roger, Craig, Scott, Doug, Ben, all of them, Adam, Katrina. They've all been great people. Every time I did anything, they've done it great.
Great. That's what we like to hear.
I have a question on something that's not a major problem, I hope.
Okay.
This vehicle has a radio that's got a hard drive and all kind of good stuff on it.
Yep.
And every once in a while, I'll drive it around and everything's just fine. And next thing you know, when I turn it off, I go back to start, and the radio don't play.
Really?
And I can't get it to come on. I turn the car off, on, everything, and no action. So I let it go, and half hour, 45 minutes later, I go back out, and it plays.
Oh.
And I had a guy say, well, they have to unlock. And I said, I've never heard of that. So I thought, maybe, they act like there's no problem, don't worry about it. But I thought, maybe I'd just ask.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to. As far as unlock, if it had there are some radios that have a code in them. If the battery gets disconnected, you have to put a code in to unlock them. But the radio should come on right away. We need to look at it and see if, we could have the power source. Sometimes we'll get an ignition switch that'll won't power up the radio. Usually when that happens, it doesn't power up any of the other accessories. So like your heater and everything all works at that time?
It seems to.
Okay.
Everything's just I'll tell you, the radio comes on after, like I say, let it sit for a half hour or so.
Yeah.
I took it up the other day, went to town, made 3 different stops, and it worked fine. And I went to the 4th stop, and it wouldn't come back on.
Huh.
And got it back home, let it sit in the garage. I tried it and started it and turned it off and on and everything, maybe 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
And nothing. I waited half hour, 45 minutes later, went back out and tried it, and it just worked fine.
Yeah, we have something in the radio then that's after it's getting heated up, it's losing connection. So we have a place that we can take that out and send it in, and they will rebuild the radios for us.
Well,
So
I thank you for that.
Not a
I'll go out
problem.
and see old Benny or something. See Danny and see what we can do.
Sounds great. He'll take care of you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you for calling, Don.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Don. All right, let's go ahead here real quick. We'll move to John in Cedar Rapids this morning. Good morning, John.
Hi there, guys.
Hey. What can we do for you today?
I have a '02 Chevy Silverado.
Okay.
It's got 150,000. I've had it since '04. It had 20,000.
Okay. Perfect.
Been a great vehicle. Still is a great vehicle.
Yep.
About a year ago, I noticed just a couple little seepage drips on my driveway. Had it in for oil changes. They said it appeared to be a rear main seal.
Okay.
Took it to a local mechanic here, Cedar Rapids.
Yep.
And they actually replaced I don't know if it was a seal or a gasket on something that comes off the side of the motor. It's something that they used to actually mount on them,
Right.
but they discontinued, and the actual plate is still there. So they replaced that.
Right.
That did not fix it. Took it
Okay.
back to them, and then the person said, well, I think it's the rear main seal. So
Right.
I elected not to have anything done at that time.
Okay.
I did here about a month ago, 2,000 miles ago, have the rear main seal replaced,
Yep.
and it thought it was doing pretty good. And now I notice seepage again. Just it is very minute little drips. I mean, a couple of drips maybe every other day.
Okay.
Could a rear main seal not seal properly if it's replaced,
Well-
or are we looking at something else?
Well, I would assume the shop you had it was that did it was a reputable shop.
It was actual, very reputable small town transmission shop here, just
Yep.
some miles from Cedar Rapids, but very
Yep.
reputable.
Great. The
They
chance.
pulled, by the way, they pulled the tranny to
Right.
replace this.
Yep.
I guess there's two ways of doing
Yep.
it, and that's how they prefer
That's
it. So.
yeah, that's the way you want to do it on that. It's possible the seal's leaking, but gosh, most likely no, it's not. It's hard to tell without looking harder at it. On those there, we did have the intake manifold would actually leak at the back of those. It's hard to say without looking at it to see exactly where it's at. I mean, it's possible it leaks. The rear main seal is leaking. It's anything's
You
possible.
mean after it's been replaced?
Right. It's possible that something happened there, but you would think not. But I'd take it back and have him take a look at it.
Yeah, I think so. And I'll let you go here. And I did ask him prior to him actually doing this. I said, so is this the problem? And and I understand you can't necessarily always diagnose something correctly. And he kind of he would say everything leads to the rear main seal.
Right.
So he kind of left himself open, which is fine. I understand that. So
Yep,
anyway,
I'd have him
okay,
take a look
I'll-
at it, and if you have any
there you go.
questions or problems, I'd be happy to take a look at it myself for
There-
you too.
There you go. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank
All right.
you for calling.
Yep.
Thanks, John. All right, got to step outside one more time. Go ahead.
We got another break here, so
Yep. We'll come back and get to your phone calls.
Donna and Steve, hang on, and we will get to your calls here and just as soon as our break's over.
Yeah, be right back. 600 WMT.
News Radio 600 WMT.
All right.
Oh, this music's got to go.
We're going to work on that.
Yeah,
I'm going to work
it's
on that for
gotta
next
go.
week.
Gotta go. Yeah.
We'll get that fixed. We'll get some Beach Boys in here.
My phone's been blowing up from all my friends calling saying, "Hey, what's up with the music? Wow, that's woo." No, we need some Beach Boys.
We're going to get worked on that.
We got Donna in Vinton.
Yeah, we do. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a 1995 Mustang.
Ooh, you're awesome.
Oh, and it's a red convertible.
Perfect. That's cool.
But anyhow, every once in a while it backfires.
It backfires.
Is that a timing?
Well, it could be a timing, could be a fuel delivery. When does it backfire?
Usually when you go to shut it off.
Okay. So you shut it off and it
pops.
It pops. Okay. It's definitely popping out the exhaust, or is it popping under the hood?
It's under the hood.
Okay. That's an interesting one. We could be a couple different things. We've had some serpentine belts, tensioners that go bad. That when you shut it off, they'll make a noise. There could be a couple different things. Does it do it all the time?
No.
Okay, that's even better. Okay. Got me a challenge here. V6 or V8 Mustang?
Oh, come on. I don't know. It's
Okay.
red.
Red convertible. Okay. There you go. I'm just trying to think here. You know, we could.
I think it's a little motor.
Okay, so.
But is it? I mean, is it going to catch on fire, or is it? You know.
I don't think it's going to catch on fire. I would be looking. We've had a lot of belt tensioner problems on those, and that'll, when you shut it off, then it stops. They'll make a noise, that type of deal. When you're driving, it drives okay. If you step on the gas hard, it goes.
It's okay.
Everything there. So that kind of eliminates any timing thoughts. If it's starting good and it accelerates properly, that's kind of getting rid of our timing.
Okay.
You know, I would be looking around that belt area there. I would, you know, you could pull off the air tube and look, make sure the throttle body's clean. I would be looking. I'd like to hear it once, if you could get it to where it does it a little bit more or something, or stop by the dealership and let me try a couple different things. If you get down to do you get down to Cedar Rapids very much?
Yes, we do.
Why don't you stop in with it? And I got a few things I'd like to try on it. While you come in and have a cookie or ice cream while you're waiting, and you and I will take a look at it, and let me try a few things, see if I can get it to do it more often and make it do it, and so I can tell you what to have fixed.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do. I don't have to have an appointment or anything.
Nope.
Stop in.
You just stop in and see me.
Okay. Will do.
Okay. Sounds awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Don.
Bye bye.
All right. Sorry.
Does that mean we're at the end?
That means, yep.
Oh,
2
man.
hours. It just flew by.
It flew by. I want more. I want more.
Dude, the whole day.
Yeah.
So.
Well, don't forget, we're on the corner of 16th Avenue and Williams Boulevard, right next to Tyson's. And 396-2698. And the beautiful Shelley will put you through to whoever you want to talk to. I will be back there about 12:30, 12:45. Stop and see me.
That's right. They're open till 5 o'clock
We're
today.
open till 5 today.
So get out there and talk to Jay. You know, he wants to help you out. Any questions you got, he's willing to sit down and talk with you, check your car out for you. And
We'll have a lot of fun, and I don't charge you anything.
Yeah, see.
Sounds good.
Helping hand. Like
there you
it.
go.
All right, thanks for your time today, Jay. This
Thanks
morning,
for
really
having me
appreciate
on
it.
today.
Yep, no problem. And thanks to Chrissy out there all morning helping call screen. And we've got Fox News here coming up next, top of the hour, 600 WMT.